Hi, welcome back to Mobility Prosthetics YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about a new leg system that is from Proteor, the SYNSYS Leg System. SYNSYS Leg System. So this leg is a knee ankle system. I'm wearing it right now, and I'm going to obviously put the camera on it while I'm going through some of its functions. But this leg is super interesting because it's a knee ankle combination, and so the knee has a tendon that's pulling down to the foot, so that foot, stays flat on the ground when you sit and things like that. Or if you are going up an incline, the toe will lift so that it gives you a little bit more clearance, and so you don't have to hip hike and do those things to kind of, get clearance over the ground. It allows you to squat, its foot place stays flat so you can sit down comfortably. When you go downstairs, you can really put your whole foot on the stair. And then it has a couple different locks. It does a lot of different things. So we're gonna go through some of those features and kind of who I think that it's for. I've been able to wear it now since Monday. It's Thursday, so it's been about 4 days of me wearing it and getting a good idea of how it works. Proteor says that the knee
comes with a 10+ day battery life. So just a quick edit here. I had some numbers off. It is a 10+ day battery life.
Now let's see what it's at. Let's see. So I've worn down the battery about halfway right now over 4 days. So you're probably in that 10-ish day range, which for battery life on a microprocessor, that's pretty impressive. That really does go a long way. 10 days is a long time. If you get more than that, that's pretty impressive. Some things about this system is it does need to be custom built height-wise. So because the ankle and the knee are connected, there's no pylon, tube clamp pylon in between there. And so you can't really change the height once it's set. So it has to be built custom to your height. So if you have we all have a specific height, and if you want to wear this leg, the manufacturer Proteor has to build it at that specific height. And then there's a little bit of adjustment there for your practitioner to make those changes, but really it's going to come out of the box custom for you. And so that is also some of getting it fitted is right now, because it is such a little bit of a different system from other things that are out there. You do, from the practitioner standpoint, you do have to have Proteor come out and help you through your first couple fittings even maybe. And it is, at first that was like a little bit of a red flag to me if on the business side of things, of just like, wow, that's gonna be difficult to fit if we have to have Proteor come and help us fit it every time or these first couple times. But after going through it, it does make a lot of sense because it is different from what most practitioners are used to fitting. And so having that kind of knowledge base from the manufacturer there to solve problems and troubleshoot things is very helpful and was very helpful for us. You're not going to be able to see me talk, but you can see me walk while I talk. So this is the SYNSYS. This is just a demo device, so it has this protective cover just to protect their demo. But it comes with this black cover, so you can see how it looks. You can see down here is where I was talking. Let me move my other leg so you can see it well. Might as well use it, right? So you guys can see this ankle is moving all over. My foot is staying on the ground until I get past my heel, obviously, but even that's quite a bit of ankle movement there and getting all the way onto the toe. So it's pretty nice that way as far as how it stays stable. But you can see there's none of that pylon here like I was talking about. It's all enclosed and inside the actual device. So that's why you can't adjust that height, because it has to be custom built here for my height specifically. So a couple things, again, you see the ankle movement. I'll walk a little bit here right now so you can just see how it walks. Try to stay in the camera for a couple. So when I take long steps, it really stays with me, but then what I like too is you can adjust to short steps, and I'll switch and go the other way so you can see it better. But short steps, it's really easy to get the function too, and you can see a little bit of that ankle movement. Let me back up here. You see a little bit of that toe clearance. See how that toe just lifts just a bit to give me that clearance? So that's really nice. Another thing I really like about it is squatting. So I can squat down, I can get down in here. That's pretty impressive. Look at that angle I'm squatting. I haven't really been able to squat like this for like 11 years. I used to play catcher when I was in Little League. You know, I've been dying to just get down in the stance and throw my signs down. Hey, let's get the fastball, curveball. All right, let's go. So it's nice to be able to get into a little bit of this position again, especially for me as a new dad. This makes life a little bit easier around the house. The thing about this system specifically is it has two buttons here, one on the left, one on the right. And so those, right now it's going off telling me what the battery life is at. And so you can check the battery just on there. There's also an app as well, which is super helpful for the user and the practitioner. But you can program in up to.
Another real quick edit, you can program in up to 10 shoes. So while I squat down here and I'm talking about different things, it allows for 10 separate heel heights.
So like if you're a person that likes to change your shoes a lot, and that's, you know, frustrating as an amputee, I really don't change my shoes at all because it's just I start walking different, they're hard to get on and off. It does go on and off this foot shell pretty easily, so that's nice. But then if you just have, you know, I'm wearing Vans, they're pretty flat, and then let's say I'm going to church or I'm going, you know, somewhere with a higher heel, I can just put those shoes on, go into my app and click on those actual shoes. You'd say my church shoes, click on those, and then the leg is just automatically set up to walk in those shoes. And so that's really nice. Another thing about these buttons is if you want to change your heel height, so say you got new shoes or you're going shoe shopping, you can change that heel height on here just to try it out and still walk comfortably without having to go back to your practitioner and get your alignment changed. So those functions are really nice, especially like I said, for those people that are changing their shoes a lot, that like to do that, and especially, you know, women that like to wear heels and things like that. This is a super nice setup for that. Another thing I really like about it is the stumble recovery. So the stumble recovery is different on most microprocessor knees. If it catches you stumbling, right, if it feels you about to fall, it just stiffens up, so you can get to this stiff angle and then you're just catching yourself that way. This one, if I can get it to do that, stop. So that's a little bit of a stumble there. Let's see, if I just stop my coat, see how that thing bends and flexes, and now it's locked. So I'm safe. I can stay on this thing all day long, and I'm safe, and then can walk off. So let's try to get one more. That was not quite as good, but see, that was a little bit of a stumble. Now I'm safe. That thing is locked. I can stay on it. I don't have to do anything with this leg to really throw it out and get out there and catch myself, or throw this thing out in front of me big time so I can get on it. Nope, it just stays nice and comfortable. Oop, there I am, I'm locked. Okay, I'm safe. If I need to come back on it, I can. You can also, I only have found that this is for chasing around my nieces and toddlers, but you can, once you get into that spot, to this squat, one more time, you get to this squat, and now you can, let's see, I gotta get my movement right. All right, here we go. So you can crouch walk a little bit. And I'm not quite as good as that as the Proteor user is, Craig. He's a great guy, but I am getting a little better. That this one's not quite as good. But it just kind of helps you. Everything about this system is built to be comfortable and safe. So it's designed to be comfortable and safe, and so really it does adjust in all these types of ways. I'm gonna squat down here so you can see me again. So let's back up a little bit. I'm not used to squatting, so I'm trying to use it as much as I can before I have to send this thing back. But it is, like, this is really comfortable for me. I haven't been able to do this for a long time. Of course I'm holding on up here, but if I wanted to get into a real squat, I can, and it's super comfortable. So like that alone just kind of shows you all of the movements out of the ankle and how that can benefit you. I mean, if you've been an amputee for a minute, you know that like having this maybe isn't the best thing all of the time, but it would be nice in a lot of situations. And so this thing was really just designed to be safe, comfortable, give good energy return. It has extension and swing initiation, so it helps those people that maybe have a little bit of a hard time engaging that swing and getting things to move forward. And so I really do like it. Now I'm here sitting on the stair, and you can see my foot staying flat. You can't see my face, but you can see, you know, how this thing sits. if I go to stand up, and we'll sit in the chair too, but it stays on the ground the whole time. So that's really comfortable, really nice to keep my, everything feels a lot more natural and normal to how it would be if I had two legs. And then we'll get a couple side angles of this too, but I just want to show, typically if you're an experienced microprocessor or just knee user to some extent in general, we always have to put our foot here, right? We're halfway on the step, and then that allows our knee to push forward and we can step down. But on this system, because that ankle gives you that flexion, you can just put your foot right on the stair and step down that way, and it's much more comfortable. A lot of us are used to we step down here and then it's a hard slam on our sound side. But this one, you can really just step down, it's nice and controlled and comfortable. Okay, we'll see if this angle gives a better idea, good idea. So I might even try to step down here. Let's just try right there. Yeah, that's good. So you can really see how much movement that ankle gets and how that helps you stay stable on there the whole time and then roll off. We'll show it from the top view here once, ignore my shaky hands, but here's my view. So if I was stepping down on my X3 or really any other microprocessor, that's too far. I'd be about there, right? And then that would be a safe, comfortable landing. On this leg, it's a little fast because it's used to getting support from the ankle. So here, just step down full foot. And I know that I'm safe and comfortable and locked in. Another thing that I do really like about this are a couple of the locks. So it has a fully extended lock. So if I just stand here and hold my weight for a second, now it's locked. I can't get that thing to swing at all until it feels me move. So it's locked out at full extension. So the knee is fully extended and that thing's locked. But another really nice lock is a flex standing lock. So if you get the knee bent a little bit and then put weight onto the toe, you guys hear that vibration? Maybe, maybe not. But now that thing's locked too. So I can stand on it, I can bounce around, and it's good. As soon as I go and take my weight off of it, now it's good to walk again. But again, it's easy to just get it back into that flexion lock, put weight on the toe, and now you're there. And so where I've noticed that I use this a lot, honestly, for the guys out there is at the urinal. I kind of, I get there and it just locks in for me, and then it's a nice comfortable, I don't have to do a lot of really hard standing or fighting in my socket or pushing to extension all the time. It's just, oh, yeah, flex lock, standing there, good to go. Now I can do what I need to do. So that lock is really nice. We'll just show sitting in a chair. So comfortable sit. You see, again, I'm not doing this. So having my ankle flat on the ground here also creates such a better sitting angle for me as well, because if I had my foot off the ground like this, even doing that on this system, I get pressures now on the seat at the top of my socket. It's pushing in a little bit there. Same with back here on my hamstring. So being able to have that, you can see I'm still relaxed. I can sit forward. I'm not getting any of that jabbing in my socket, anything like that, because it's there. And then when I'm ready to stand up, no problem. It stays comfortable, locked on the ground. So that's really nice. Really nice, really comfortable. Get my other foot out of the way, you can really see it, right? That thing's got a lot of bend here. And so that's really nice, really comfortable. Again, just safe and stable all the time. I have a newborn at home, and so if I'm sitting on the couch and it's like this, but I'm holding the baby, I can't really see my feet as I'm standing up, so I go to stand up. And if I'm on my other leg, maybe it's like this, maybe my foot is stepping on something, I can't really tell, or I have to wait till I roll onto my toes and then I get kind of the right engagement. Whereas with this, if I can't see my feet, it's no big deal, just stand right up and I'm on my way. Okay, so that's SYNSYS in a small nutshell. Really, this is for people that are in that high K2 activity range, low K3. But that doesn't mean that somebody that is a higher K3 or a lower K2 wouldn't benefit from it. For me personally, if I lived in a perfect world and could have multiple setups, I would wear this thing at home where I do want more of those like comfortable, more natural movements. I don't really care about energy return and things like that. And so I can kind of, get around and just move functionally and comfortably. But then when I go out into the real world, I would put on an X3 and an all-pro foot and do my life with that. But I can think of quite a few patients that I've worked with that would benefit from this. If you're somebody that is maybe a little older, maybe 60s, and you're still active, but you're not like me, so you're not gonna go snowboard or anything, but you wanna be able to go fishing with your grandkids and walk on uneven terrain and have good toe clearance all the time and feel comfortable. I think this is a really nice setup for you. Again, it feels stable on pretty much every ground I've walked on. I've walked in mud, I've walked on rocks, I've walked on concrete, I've walked on grass, and I haven't really felt it not support me. It hasn't given out at any time. I wish that I had a better ramp and hill set up in here to kind of show how it functions on those things. But once you start going up a ramp, it measures, and then that toe, like I was saying earlier, that toe lifts, so it gives you clearance. So you don't really have to hip hike or any of that. You just walk smoothly up the hill. And so it's really stable on downhill as well. It really, getting that ankle foot flat on the ground and then being able to ride the knee really makes a big difference, and it makes that a lot easier. And so even, I could see new amputees benefiting from this quite a bit as well. Just maybe you're coming from your old leg, and so you're used to seeing your foot move around and things like that, and so this would be beneficial to you. Like I said, 14 days of battery life. It has a bunch of modes. It has a not running, but a free swing mode, and then a cycling mode as well. And cycling too, having that movement at the ankle makes this a lot more comfortable rotation, rather than if you've ever cycled with a prosthetic, at a certain point you're always jamming your socket in your knee into that end point, whereas because this ankle, it allows for just a smooth rotation all the way through, and it stays on the pedal if you've got it connected there, but it is easier to keep on the pedal. And then so the cycling is really nice too. So it has a bunch of modes. Like I said, it has the shoes, up to 20 shoes, so you can just have that all pre-programmed with your prosthetist and just switch through those throughout your day, even if that's what you want to do. It has the buttons on the side so that you can change the heel height if you want to try new things, or you just, I didn't get this quite set up right. And yeah, it really is a cool system. I really do like it a lot. It at certain points throughout my day, it still kind of catches me and throws me around, but that really is more of a me thing than the leg. I think the leg operates super smooth. I think it feels really nice. It's just, I need to get a little bit, more used to it. But man, squatting, that is so nice. It's so cool. You wouldn't think that you would use that a lot, but then you realize, I'm bending over at my hips all the time to pick things up, where I can get down a little lower, and even just, get down eye to eye with my daughter while she's in the swing is a big deal, and that's pretty cool for me. So yeah, reach out to your prosthetist, or if you're a practitioner and you have questions, feel free to reach out here. I'll put my email here at the bottom, and we're always open to questions, and I'm always here to help whoever needs help. I would love to help mobility patients and everything else, but if you're just a practitioner anywhere in the country and you have questions about this system, or you're an amputee and you have questions about this system, reach out. We're a community. We're all here to help each other, and that's what we're here to do. And so that's SYNSYS. Again, I really like it. It's a great setup, and I think that for a lot of people, it really would probably be a really nice thing. And so, yeah, thanks for checking in. We're gonna start doing some of these more device reviews more and more as time goes along, and talking about different feet, different knees, different sockets, all these things. So if you're watching this and you have something you would like more information on from a user perspective, from a practitioner perspective, I'm not a practitioner, but I have worked a lot. I work with manufacturers a lot, and so I get to talk to a lot of people that design these things, and I get to work with the people that fit them, and I'm a patient myself, and I get to test a lot of this stuff. And so if you ever feel like you have questions from any perspective, user, practitioner, clinician, whatever, give us a call.